I wanted to share something that really touched my heart yesterday. I went to a lovely little community, which actually, funny enough, I've been here 2 years, but not been to the community here. Certainly not on a Wednesday. And I was quite surprised how many beautiful souls were there. When I arrived, I walked through the door and I saw this beautiful lady, and she was like that nodding her head, so I was like that nodding my head. And actually last night I actually cried because I was like, oh my days, I thought she was nodding, just like really expressive. And then when I looked again, she was shaking, like, so she, it was, I don't know, she was a beautiful soul. And I guess part of me got upset because, I wasn't taking, the Michael, so to speak, as they say, but I was upset because I was like, it really touched my heart. And even now, it really touched my heart. And I'll tell you why it touched my heart, because it touched my heart of how many people are suffering in this world. And, because we've been taught via programming that we can't heal ourselves unless we take some man-made pills. And then the man-made pills have got loads and loads of different, oh, they'll help you here, but read the small print, it might help, it might have side effects here, there and everywhere. And it kind of touched my heart, because I'm just like, people are suffering, people are ill, people have things within their body, and they really think that this is a sad thing, and this is where I've been. Do you know what I mean? I've been on this journey myself, and that's why I was healing so much, is because I remember in a different time and space, a doctor diagnosed me with arthritis in my hip and my spine, and I'm like, there's no fudging way I'm going to be in a wheelchair. And that kind of showed me lots of different ways in healing. I guess that's why I've been healing so much. And what burns me now is not to be a goody two shoes in any way, shape or form. It's quite the contrary, actually, because we heal in order to heal and share our stories more than anything, because no one can heal you, you can heal yourself. But if we don't know that we can heal ourselves, then we don't know, and we're just reliant upon the system, which doesn't actually assist us. It actually makes us far worse. There's going to be two entendres to this video, because I feel that, on a highest perspective, when our brains and our hearts are total in coordination with one another, we have such a high spectrum and positivity within our minds and a higher consciousness that we can access, and we can really, really heal our body by our total speak. So instead of saying I am in pain, as I did, even past couple of months, I kept saying, oh, my shoulder's hurting, my shoulder's hurting, my shoulder's hurting. And do you know what? I did a half an hour workout, probably a little bit longer, doing some exercises like that. It was painful. I'm not saying it wasn't, but I turned it around, and that's why I'm called Turnstile McHughes, Turnstile Your Life Around to a Style That Suits. I did some weights, and as I was doing them, it was hurting me. It was quite painful, actually. And I started saying, I am pain free, I am pain free, I am pain free, I am pain free, I am pain free. And I worked through it and worked through it and worked through it and worked through it. And I kept saying, I am pain free, I am pain free, I do not have any pain in my shoulders, I do not have any pain in my shoulders, I do not have any pain in my shoulders. And I kept saying it, kept saying it, kept saying it, kept saying it. And the reason why I'm expressing this is because, I've still got some more to bring out, but I can now do this. I mean, I couldn't, I'll just show you now, I've just sat down now, but I couldn't do that. I couldn't even lift it past there because it was hurting in the ball joint of my thing. And actually a beautiful sister also assisted me, so sometimes you can pull out energy, and I kept doing that, kept pulling it out, the energy. But this time she said, and this is why it's beautiful, because other people do know something that you don't know, and this is why it's great to share these, so you can pull out energy. But she said, Lisa, sometimes the energy doesn't need to come out. She said, try using your opposite hand to the opposite shoulder and bring it down to your heart sit within your heart and see what it is that was healing. Well, I did, and I knew it was to do with my mother, because anything on the left hand side was to do with your mother, your divine feminine. Anything on the right is to do with your divine masculine. And if it's the same on the other side, you can do it with your left hand to right shoulder. And I did that as well. And it was my mother and father, me, nurturing my mother, me, and why I, as my own mother to my inner child, was neglecting nurturing myself. So how are you not nurturing you? Quite often we do this. We work, we graft all through our lives until our body is like, what are you not listening to in your body? What are you not listening to in your body? And how can you love you, nurture your mum, nurture your father side to you within your little inner child? And how can you make a change in your life that's going to assist you to a better version of you? You can heal. I healed from arthritis, not only in my hip but in my spine. I have none of it at all anymore, and I'm so grateful, because there's no freaking way I was going to put up with that. I mean, that's non-negotiable, being in that. And actually arthritis showed me that it was actually emotions locked in our body. And do you know why they're locked in our body, which is another video. In fact, actually I'm going to leave this now, and I'm going to share a series of these videos of how I've healed myself, and how, you know, locking emotions in our body, and how we can get out of that.